Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Monday, July 26, 2021. We're in the first day of the new trading week, and we are in the final hour of the current trading day. The final hour of each day in the market is my favorite time to make the majority of my buying and selling decisions for my swing trades. I say this during the day. You have the algorithms, the day traders, they're controlling the price during the day. At the end of the day, the large financial institutions come in, they're dealing with the most money, they have very smart people, they have best information, best technology. They make their decisions at the end of the day, and because of their large buying power that they have, they take control away from the day traders and the algorithms. I personally just think that the decisions made by the large financial institutions at the end of the day are more valid than what's going on during the middle of the day. And that is why I prefer to make my buying and selling decisions on my levels based upon what the closing levels are. So thank you for coming today. I appreciate it. I always look forward to this time of the day, look forward to seeing all the people in this group, so many great people, so many contributions. It feels like it has been a long time since I've done this podcast. As you know, last week I went to the Bay Area to visit Kamal. We were working on a little trading project, and it was a great trip, amazing trip, and I'd like to thank Kamal right off the bat for all the time that he gave to me. He took me around, we ate, we met nice people. Wow, Kamal is one smart guy. You know he's smart with trading, but as far as other things in life, you probably have no idea. I really was amazed. So hopefully I remember how to do everything on the podcast. It seems like it's been a minute, but I'm sure I'll be able to get through it. But anyway, thank you, Kamal, and I think we made some good progress on that project. Did a lot of fun things and met some interesting people for sure. And I have a few pictures I'm going to share with you guys in a little while as well that Kamal took of our trip. We went hiking, we went to dinner, we worked on the computer stuff, we did all sorts of stuff. So, all right. Well, currently the Dow is up 62 points, up 0.18%. The NASDAQ slightly positive, up 2 points, almost basically just unchanged. And the S&P is up 7.13 points, up 0.16. So kind of flat, actually, all across the board. So here's the plan for today. First of all, we are going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, we're going to come back, take a look at my current positions, talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, how I am going to manage them going forward. Did have a couple day trades today that I will share with you as well. Last week, because I wasn't here, we didn't go over the weekly trades, so we're going to spend a few minutes on the weekly trades just in case some of you do have the weekly trades. I'll show you what I did at the end of the week. After that, we're going to go over to the board. We're going to take a look at everyone's current positions, go through and see how those are looking. I do see a lot of green over on the board today, so that is fantastic. After that, we are going to talk a little bit about trader psychology. Most important skill you'll ever develop in trading is the ability to control your emotions and therefore your trading. So I do like to touch on that each day. Hopefully one day I'll say something one way or another way, and maybe that will resonate with you and you'll internalize. After that, I have gone down through my watch list. I have gone down through the results of Kamal's scanner. I do have 3 requirements whenever I'm looking to enter a new trade. First, confluence combination of indicators lining up on multiple time frames. Secondly, you need to have a good risk to reward ratio based upon the support below me and likely resistance above me. Has to be at least 2 to 1 if I'm risking $1,000, and need to be able to make at least 2,000 or more to the upside to make the asymmetrical math work. And then lastly, make sure you have a complete trading plan. A lot of people have, I think, a partial trading plan, but you need a complete trading plan. What's the volatility of the market? Are you position sizing for that volatility? Do you know your maximum allowed risk? Do you know your end of day stop? Do you know your emergency stop? Do you know your intraday profit targets? Do you know your overhead resistance levels? Do you have a complete trailing stop methodology in place? So if you have a nice trade, you don't give it all back. These are all the components of what make up a complete trading plan. All right, so based upon those three requirements, I do have some potential end of day candidates that we're going to take a look at, and I'll try to narrow it down. We'll look at the time frames, we'll look at the correlation, we'll look at the risk to reward, and if I find something good at the end of the day, I will purchase it right before the market closes. After the market closes, if anyone has any questions for me, please let me know. I'm happy to answer them. If you need clarification on anything, please let me know. If you'd like me to take a look at any stock symbols that you're interested in today and you'd like my opinion, please just put them in the live stream, put an emoji by it so I know it's time sensitive. And then lastly, if we have any new entries or exits of my students up on the board, if you could please wait till the end of the day so I'm done teaching, trading, pressure's off, and we'll spend as much time as we need. And I know because I've been gone for the last week or so that we're going to have, it's not updated correctly. So we'll try to get everything squared away and get all the positions correct. So, but if you could wait till the end of the day and just let me know what you got in, what you got out, we'll just get everything straightened out. Okay. So that's the plan for today. Glad to be back. Glad to have you back. Hope you had a nice weekend. And I'm going to run that U.S. legal disclaimer, and I'll be back in about 40 seconds. Thanks a lot. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and/or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. All right, let's see who is here today. Paxton is here. Hello, everyone. Good to see you, Packy. John is here. Nice to see you as always, John. Did I turn my mic on? I did. Okay. John says, we missed you. Missed you too, John. Thank you very much. Michael says, welcome back, Greg. I hope your visit with Kamal was productive. I think it was. I think it was a really, really great trip. I hope you're doing well, Michael, and I'm looking forward to our next lesson on Sunday. Steve is here. Hey, bud. Good to see you, missed you, and appreciate everything that you do for this channel, Steve. You know I mean that, and you know everyone else feels the same way as well. Steve says, hello, traders. Welcome back, Greg. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Michael is here. Good to see you, Lova. Hope you're doing well. Tracy is here. Hi, everyone. Good to see you, Trace. Dan says, hey, cool, Greg and the gang. That's Greg and the gang. Oh, what is this I hear? Hey, my favorite thing, profit target time. Let us, or let me, I guess. Oy vey. Come on now, buddy. All right, here we go. All right, there we go. Taken care of. Anya T is here. Hi, Greg and everyone. Nice to see you, Anya. Kamal is here. Good to see you, Kamal. Again, thank you for everything this weekend, or the last week. It was amazing. Appreciate all your time and attention and everything that you took me around to do. It was great. Thank you so much, and thank you for everything you do for this channel. Miko is here. Good afternoon, Greg and everyone. I had the nice pleasure of meeting Miko at dinner. And I have a picture of that, so I'm going to share that. Good to see you, and it was nice meeting you in person. Steve says, Kamal is a genius in software development and trading. He's absolutely. That is almost an understatement. Ava is here. Nice to see you, Ava. Hope you're doing well. Looking forward to our next lesson. Kamal says, thank you, Steve. Hopefully you have some time to go over the scanner. Yes. Johnson is here. Hi, Greg and all. Good to see you, Johnson. And Johan. Good to see you, Captain. Johan says, happy Monday, everyone. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're up there flying around safely. Okay, should we get to it? Let's get to it. Here we go. AMD. Frank, David, Ava, and myself did buy AMD back here with the rejection of the 200-day moving average and the V1. Bought it at 86.41. Has moved up beautifully ever since that. Did reach 1.5 ATR trailing stop level, so I am in trailing stop mode at the moment, meaning if I get a close below the previous day's low, I will get out. Currently, this particular trade up 6.07%, so nice trade. And thanks to Tim for pointing out that trade, because that was the beauty. So that one's doing really well. Caterpillar. Jonathan, the dynamic duo, and myself did buy Caterpillar with an intraday rejection of the 200-day moving average. Bought it at 203.14. Also went under 30, over 30. Bought it at 203.14. Has moved up nicely. Took partial profits as I always do on the way up. Did hit one profit target today. It's at 211.55. Has moved more than 1.5 ATRs from entry. So I am now in trailing stop mode on this trade as well. This particular trade up 3.66%, so not too shabby. LYV, nice trade for Frank, dynamic duo, and myself. We bought a close under, close over the 200-day moving average at 76.98. Good risk to reward ratio. Moved up nicely, took some profits, came back down, but held the end of the day stop. Today, monster day, up 5.19%. Did hit three profit targets at 79.01, 80.30, and 81.59. This particular trade from entry to current price up 5.98%. And then SPY. I did have an overnight SPY trade. I bought the SPY last Friday, 439.94. Took a little bit of a loss on it this morning at the open at 439.36. So we'll be buying this again today, holding it overnight until tomorrow. All right, let's look at some intraday trades. Did have an intraday trade on VIX. Back here, we came down. We were near the negative third ATR channel. We had a close under, close back over the 200-day moving average. Bought that at 30.31. 15 minutes later, I sold half at 30.43. Moved up again, sold another half of a half. 30.52, had another big move up, sold at 30.59, then finally had a close below the previous day's low. So nice intraday trade, 30.31 out at 30.43, out at 30.52, out at 30.59. Take those off. All right, Alibaba. I did take a higher low trade on Alibaba. Here, we closed below the negative 1 ATR channel. We closed back into the value zone, had a pullback, back tested the negative 1 ATR channel. This is a higher low V1, bought here at 191.96. Moved up, had a big expansion bar, sold half at 192.63. Had some continuation, sold the other half of a half, 193.12. Sorry, 193.03, and then had a close below the previous day's low. So nice little intraday trade. 191.96 was the entry, out at 192.26, out at 192.63, out at 193.03. So pretty good day trades on Alibaba. All right, so that takes care of it today. I'm going to quickly go over the weekly trades in case anyone has this. I made some decisions on Friday. Steve, oh, okay. So Steve has this, but on a different time frame. I did buy DoorDash. Is that all? The only person that bought DoorDash? No, Tracy, Paxton, and myself did buy DoorDash. All the way back here, we had a nice V1, a pullback to halfway, bounced off the negative 1 ATR channel, bought it at 137.48, moved up. I sold half here with the rejection of the 50-day moving 50 RSI. Continued to move up nicely. Moved 1.5 ATRs from entry. Had a close below the previous day's low. Sold half here. Up again last week, bigly. Down 2.85% today, but on this particular weekly trade from entry to exit, 25.16%. So that's why I like to trade weekly bars. I literally forget about these positions. I mean, 25.16 entry to current price. So really good trade there. PKI also had another nice weekly trade on PKI. Am I the only one in this one? Yes. Okay. Bought here with the 520 confluence of the 520 crossover, bullish engulfing bar, and a V1. Bought at 140.81. This has moved up beautifully, nicely. Friday, we rejected the 70 RSI, so I sold half here at about 163.94. Hit two profit targets already, which is amazing this week. And so this trade from entry to current price up 17.82%. Disney, this was a losing trade, but losing trades I get out of quickly. I bought at, Where did I buy this? Oh, yes. I bought this at 179.14. Took a loss on it down to 170, about 177. I guess I didn't mark that because the 5 crossed back under the 20. So this particular trade lost 1.78. But listen, it's okay, right? And you just lose those little trades. That's okay. VIX had a trade on VIX last week, bought it at 30.25, moved up huge, did take some profits off at 32.87, did take some profit targets off at 35.23. It moved 1.5 ATRs for my entry. So when it does that, if it ever gets back to my entry spot, I'm going to get out break even, but was still a profitable trade. The majority I got out at break even, but was still a profitable trade because I took 10% off at 32.87 and at 35.23. So yeah, those are all doing nicely. Those are all doing nicely. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at your positions. All right, here we go. We have Steve, Johan, and the dynamic duo bought an intraday rejection of the 30 RSI, bought at 41.64 back on the 20th, moved up nicely, bounced right where it was supposed to bounce, came back down, is down a little bit today, but currently this particular trade for Steve, Johan, and the dynamic duo up 2.35%. So nice going there. DoorDash. Steve bought the 520 on DoorDash. I guess I should move this over. Well, I'm not sure. I'll look at that later. But Steve bought DoorDash at 174.99. It is currently 182.93. It is down 3% today. And I realize there may be other positions that you have or don't have, but this looks like entry to exit up 4.12%. So way to go, Steve. Sony. We have Ava bought Sony with the intraday rejection of the 200-day moving average at 98.40. Moved up the last week, is down today, but Ava is still up on the trade. It's still holding that 200-day moving average, so congratulations there. CSGP, the dynamic duo, bought CSGP at 87.43 with the 520 crossover. It's 89.31, down slightly today, but up 2.14% on the trade, which is fantastic. Way to go, Paxton. Way to go, Tracy. GoGo. Steve bought GoGo, or at least I still have him in GoGo here at 9.95. Moved up nicely for a couple days. We've been consolidating. Is up 1.06% today, and it looks like Steve is up 4.79% on this trade. Way to go, Steve. CLB. Michael. I have Michael. Nah, not sure where Michael bought this now. Mike, you're going to have to get me updated. Looks like we have earnings coming up, but I think it was back on this day at 36.90. Then it went down. Not sure if you're in it. I apologize, but it's been a few days. Airbnb. Kamal and Jonathan did buy Airbnb. Beautiful trade down here. Under 30, over 30 rejection of the negative 30 TR channel. 131.90. It's up 2.13% just today, and Kamal and Jonathan are up 6.99%. Wow, way to go, Kamal, and way to go, Jonathan. Excuse me, frog in my throat. All right, Kamal had a beautiful day on an intraday trade all the way back here on Boeing at 207. It's 224.86. It's up 1.52% today alone. And this trade up 8.16%. Way to go, Kamal. UTZ. I have Steve buying UTZ with the 520 crossover at 23.53. It's currently 23.11. Is up on the day, slightly down on the trade. Steve, you'll have to get me coached up on whether you still have this or not from last week. INSG. Johan, Jonathan, and Kamal did buy INSG. Don't know the exact price here, but it would be right around there at about 8.47. It's 8.48 if my numbers are right, so about break even on this trade. MELI, David and Ava bought MELI at 15.42. It's currently 15.84. It's down 1.81%, but the trade currently up 2.64. Edit. I think Kamal is out of edit. As a matter of fact, he was sitting right next to me. So I think Kamal is out of that. So I'm not going to go over that. Uber, Kamal bought Uber at 47.76, and I believe Kamal is out of Uber as well. I can't remember. You'll have to let me know at the end there, Kamal. Fastly, I also think Kamal is out of Fastly. Sorry, I was out of my groove. So I don't think I got everything taken care of. Well, no, not. Yeah, I think he sold it. Sorry, I wish I was more accurate on these. Monster, Steve bought Monster with the 1050 EMA crossover at 93.93. It's currently 96.31. So this is up on the day, and Steve is up nicely on this trade, 2.47%. SE, Steve and Jonathan bought the 520 crossover on SE at 282.28. It's currently 288.95. It is down today, but still up on the trade for both. And last but not least, we have Autoleave, which is a company in my town that the Dynamic Duo bought. They bought at 92.70. It's currently 96.05. Way to go. This is up 2.45%. And Tracy and Paxton up 3.53%. So I may have been off on some of your positions. Please forgive me. But it's been a week, so you can just get me all squared up on that when we're done. Okay. Frank says, hello, Greg and group. Good to see you, Frank. Appreciate everything you do for this channel. It's nice to see you. Looking forward to a poem. Haven't had one for a while. Steve says, Alibaba has a 31 RSI handle on the plunge today. Yes, that is on my list. Baidu has a 30 RSI. Yes, I believe I have that one as well. Do I? Oh, no, I don't. All right, so let's get BIDU up there. Steve says DD reversal back over the 30 after the plunge today. So let's get DD on there. All right. Kamal says, thank you for the input. Or Steve, thank you for the input. All right, so we have a poem. I missed these poems. Holy hamburgers. All right. Let's get this up here like so. Do that like that. All right, here we go. Here's a poem from Frank. Ending the week with record highs, we're now seeing the charts reach for blue skies. Perhaps it's best if we don't reason why, just hold on to the string and watch your kite fly. Wow, how good is that, everyone? I mean, relevant to what's going on, ending the week with the record highs, we're now seeing the charts reach for blue skies. Perhaps it's best if we don't reason why, just hold on to the string and watch your kite fly. I love that. Perhaps it's best if you don't reason why, just hold on to that string and watch your kite fly. Can we give Frank a hand on that, please? My Lord, is that good. Okay, so the name of that channel, I'm going to have a hard time with that. Troll Master, I think. If we move that over into English, DRV by Meow. Super Troopers, right? DRV by Meow, Save America. Okay, I don't want to say that word. Let's see. Let's take a look at the chart anyway. Don't really see anything there that would interest me, Troll Master. But who knows? I am often wrong. But thanks for coming today. Dan says, smiles included by Maestro Frank. Thank you, Frank. Paxton says, thanks, Frank. Johnson says, GM, high or low V2? Like GM, like the cars? General Motors? Yes, but it's not in the value zone, Johnson. I'd prefer if it were in the value zone. Yes, it is a V2. There's no doubt about it. But it does have the resistance of the value zone above it. So, you know, just my particular kind of filter there, but I'd feel a lot better if we were in the value zone and had support of the value zone below. Waterbender, what's happening? Nice to see you. Hope you're having a good day. Kamal wants to look at AFRM. AFRM, Affirm Holdings. It's okay. Let's see if it rejected the 50 RSI though. 49.09. Well, you have the confluence of the 50 RSI and the 50-day moving average there. Doesn't mean it can't break on through, but this is definitely a higher low V2 in the value zone. Right, Johnson? We were just talking about the value zone. The GM chart it has a V2, but it's not in the value zone. See, the difference here now is that we went into the value zone, we came back, we tested the negative 1 ATR channel. And so I like this one better, although you do have to factor in, right, the 50 RSI and the 50-day moving average, but it's an assumptive factor because we haven't rejected either of them yet. So you can't really say it's rejected them yet. So not bad, Kamal. A good risk to reward ratio at least. PTON, I think I have PTON on my list, so I'll go over that then. Michael says, great as always, Frank. Waterbender, thumbs up. Frank says, thanks, Michael. Thanks, Waterbender and Kamal. Miko says, awesome. Frank. Okay. All right. So let's do this. So it's the beginning of the week. Let's start the trading psychology week off correctly. And the best way I know how to do that is to quote a saying from Stephen Burns. Here's our friend Steve, who's in the chat with us right now. He's over at S. Joseph Burns over on Twitter. If you have not subscribed to him, please do yourself a favor. Go over, subscribe. Steve is one of the wisest people in trading that I know, and anything that he writes, you should read and internalize. So this is a short and sweet one. Focus on system development, not a trading guru. Yeah? Focus on system development, not on a trading guru. What does this mean? Well, listen, there's a lot of people out there that rely on, quote, trading gurus, right? I'm not a trading guru. I just try to come here and help people become better traders and give them my opinion. But in reality, a lot of people do rely upon channels and other people for their particular trades, which, you know, it's kind of a black box. You don't really know what you get. And of course, I always try to give my best opinion. I'm not always right, but you know, if you've been here a while and you see my trades, at least, you know, I try to put some thought behind them, good risk to reward ratio and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, look, last week I was gone, right? I was wondering, you know, I'm wondering how people in the group, what they're going to pick, what they're going to do. And yes, I teach lessons, right? That's part of my business and the whole thing. But honestly, I want people to be able to go out and do this themselves. I do not want them to rely on other people to give them ideas for trades. In a perfect world, all of you would be able to do all your own research. You wouldn't have to rely on anyone. And what Steve's saying here, focus on system development. Put time and energy into creating your own system so you're self-reliant. You do not have to rely on anyone. Right? I mean, spend a half an hour a day, spend 15 minutes a day working on your own trading system. You know, that's what Kamal and I discussed many times at dinner this week in my hotel room. We were talking about different trading systems. And so we've started developing some of those. But that's a great thing about trading. You know, you can be as creative as you want. There's 1,000,001 ways to trade out there. It doesn't have to be how I trade. It doesn't have to be how Kamal trades or Steve trades. It can be whatever you want. Just make sure you have the good risk to reward ratios, but put some time into it. It's a fulfilling feeling when you come up with your own trading system, but just make sure it's all based upon good trading principles. What are they? I'm glad you asked. Volatility, position size for volatility, right? Have an emergency stop, have an end of day stop, have profit targets if that's part of your system. Know where your overhead resistance levels, work on trailing stop systems. I mean, I spend more time working on trailing stop systems than anything, but focus on system development, not a trading guru. Become your own trading guru. That is my hope for all of you. So, you know, take 10 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day, half an hour a day. Make it a point and start working on your own thing, right? I mean, who knows? You know, every channel you watch, maybe something happens, they're not there anymore. You never know. It's possible, but become self-reliant, not just in trading, but in life. So thank you, Steve. Really appreciate that, my friend. ATEC says, you're too modest, Greg. Well, I try to be, but I feel modest. That's the thing, but thank you. Anya says, trip. Oh, let's see. Trip. Here we go. TripAdvisor. Wow. Big, strong day over the 200-day moving average. Would I buy it? Well, it's a higher low. Well, no, it's a lower low close back. This looks a little extended to me. My honest opinion on this, Anya, is, if I had to have this today, it's legit. It's in the value zone. It's a little extended away from the 200. Me personally, it has a 520 crossover, has an under 50, over 50. The more I look at it, actually, the more I like it. But generally, the risk to reward ratio is a little steep for me. So if I really wanted to buy this today, me personally, I would buy a half a position. And then if it came back, retested the 200, held above it, or came back, I would probably add my second position. That's what I like to do, because this is very strong. I mean, it's a higher low. Actually, this is higher low, not from the 200 perspective, but from the swing low. This is a higher low, close back above the 200-day moving average from this swing low. A lot of volume. Let's check out the weekly. See, that's why I like to look at multiple time frames. So you have the resistance of the 200-day above you on the week. So that kind of evens it out a little bit. That would concern me a little bit. But I mean, it's definitely legitimate. It triggered a fractal. Here's a high with two lower highs to the left, two lower highs to the right. It's legitimate, but just my honest opinion, me personally, I'd probably take a half position here. Okay, Steve says, thanks for the kind words. You are welcome, Steve. Steve has a sports break. Oh, thank goodness. I love sports breaks. I like fun facts. I like jokes, and I like poems. Steve says, list of defunct NBA teams that went out of business. The Anderson Packers? I have never heard of such a thing. The Baltimore Bullets? Wasn't it the Washington Bullets? Never heard of them either. The Chicago Stags? And the Cleveland Rebels. Wow. I didn't even know NBA teams went out of business, to be honest with you. Wow, that's amazing. Thank you for that. That is a fun fact. Okay. Frank says, so true, Steve and Greg. The bird must leave the nest. That is true. Waterbender says, I think the most frustrating is going through learning curve to develop the system. That's part of the growth, Waterbender. That is part of the growth. Ava wants to look at SGMS, Scientific Games. Okay, so it's a higher low V2. It did reject the negative third ATR channel. So, Kamal, this is what we talk about, right? Higher lows rejecting the negative one. This one is okay, actually. It's not in the value zone, but it did reject the negative third ATR channel. It does have some move. That's okay. Yeah, that's okay. Looks like Boeing's making a high on the day. Way to go, Kamal. I like, Ava, that CGMS is in the value zone. I do like that. So I like the different time frames on there. It did gap up, but it did close the gap, come back up. It's not bad, honestly. Steve says, you're on the right track, Waterbender. Exactly the correct path. All right. Hey, do you guys want to look at some pictures? All right. So here are Kamal and myself. This is the top. I forgot the name of the mountain, but this is the highest peak in the Bay Area. This is Kamal. Here's me up here with the peace sign. Secret code, everyone. That peace sign is secret code. And Kamal did a much better job of standing on this pole or whatever it is than I am. But this was about a 4-hour hike. So that was a pretty serious hike. Here's Kamal and I again. This is the top at the summit. And let's see what else we have. So thanks for taking me on that. Here I am again. This is at Facebook. We visited Facebook, given the secret peace sign at One Hacker Way. And then lastly, here is a picture of Kamal on the left. This is me in the middle. And here is Mike over here. This is Miko25, in case you want to put a face with the name. And we had a really nice dinner. That was a great restaurant, met some nice people, and it was always nice to meet my students in person. So thanks, Kamal, for taking all those pictures. Okay. take a look over here before I get sidelined with that. All right. So before I start looking at new stuff, let's take a look at old stuff. AMD doing fine here, past the 1.5 ATR trailing stop level, so I'm in trailing stop mode, but nothing to do. Earnings are tomorrow after the bell. So I will have to sell this tomorrow. I'm not going to hold through earnings. Caterpillar, doing great, doing fine, one profit target. LYV is really doing well today, up 5.24% today for Frank, the dynamic duo, and myself. So we'll be holding on to that. Did hit 3 profit targets. And then SPY had the little overnight SPY loss. We'll be buying the SPY again today at the close. Okay. All right, and I can take VIX off of there. Okay. All right. All right, let me get a little drink of water here. Waterbender says, position sizing is everything for me now. That's where I always start Waterbender with position size. You only have control of 2 things in the market. When you enter a position and how many shares of something you buy. After that, it is out of your hands. So you better take control of what you have control of and adjust for volatility. I'm really glad to hear that. Atex says, Mount Diablo? No, I don't think so. Jazz Nola says, great looking pic. Thank you, Jazz. Yeah, this was a good little picture of us there. And it's always great to meet my students in person. It really, really is. Kamal says, the mountain is Mission Peak. That's right. Mission Peak in Fremont. It's 15 minutes from my house. Waterbender says, very nice very nice trip, very nice pictures. Atex used to live in Danville. Great. Dan says, massive, awesome sauce. Massive, awesome sauce. I like that. I'm going to have to start incorporating that into my lexicon of sayings, such as holy hamburgers and all the other stuff that I say, right? Okay. Oh, my. All right. Oh. By the way, Kamal and I had some great conversations about fasting. And I would say Kamal is an expert on fasting. And so I kind of took his lead. So I have been fasting since Saturday night. I've been fasting since Saturday night. I have not had one piece of food. So I'm a little fishbowl-y today. I feel a little disconnected, but disconnected. I feel a little tired, but not tired at all. It's a very, very strange feeling. So I'm just going to go with it. I don't know when I'm going to end it. I guess when I get hungry. It's interesting. I haven't been that hungry, just a little spacey, right? But thanks, Kamal, for teaching me all about fasting and all the benefits of fasting. And when you hang around a Kamal, you learn lots of things, everyone. Let me tell you, not just about trading. It will blow your mind. Kamal is literally one of the smartest people I've ever met in my life. And I really appreciate his friendship for sure. Okay. But Kamal says, Michael is a very kind-spoken man. 100% agree with that. Just a wonderful person. It was great to have dinner with both. Tracy said, fun to see people. I feel like we know each other even though we haven't all met. 100%. I agree. Johnson says, Upwork bounce 50% to big bar down, few bar backs. Potential short? Oh, well, I like the sound of this already. Yeah, 100%, Johnson. Here we have, and Kamal, this is what you and I were talking about when we were together. Look at the big down bar, big, huge down bar, more than 1 ATRs long. What does that mean? It means that there was an extraordinary amount of selling in this case to move the bar more than 1 ATR. So there was a lot of selling. Yes, you're going to get bounces, but when you get bounces into large down bars, generally, not all the time, but very frequently, I would say more times than not, the rally back into the halfway of the down bar, you will find resistance. This is exactly correct. Exactly correct, Johnson. We are at resistance at the halfway bar. Now, could you short it here just based upon the daily time frame? You could. You would have to decide what your absolute stop was, and let me see if you could just say, hey, if the next day it closes above 50% of that, that's my stop. What I would do in this scenario, and this is what I was discussing with Kamal, what I would do in this scenario is I would now go to a lower time frame. The bigger time frame, the daily, is right at that 50 and holding. I would go to like maybe a 25-minute chart and look for a short. So here's the 25-minute chart. I don't see anything shorty about that. You still need a proper signal, but that's why you want to look at multiple time frames. The larger time frame here is telling me we're at some kind of resistance on the daily. And so if I wanted to express that into a trade, I would go to a shorter time frame, like the 25 minutes. Let's take a look maybe at the hourly bar. Do you see a short there? I really don't. We're moving higher on bearish divergence. So, maybe if we came up, tested this high, rejected that high, that might be a short entry for me there. Or if we had a V2 to the downside, but again, this is me trading the 60-minute bar to the short side based upon the daily being at halfway back on the Fibonacci number. So excellent. I'm really glad when people start picking up these concepts with the 50%. Kamal and I talked about this a lot. Frank, fun fact, the Earth registers a heartbeat of 7.83 Hz, but no one knows why, from popular mechanics. I did not know that. I didn't know the Earth had a heartbeat, but there you go. Thanks for sharing that, Frank. Steve says, I do about 16-hour intermittent fasting daily from 4 to 8 a.m. That's great, Steve. I've been doing intermittent fasting as well for over a year. We'll have to get on Skype and talk about that. So you have an 8-hour eating window from 4 to 8 p.m. Wow. Yep. I think there's a lot of good things about fasting. It's becoming very popular. I am a little hungry right now. I just decided. ATEX does 16-8 fasting window too. It works. Yes, it does. Amazing. Kamal says, awesome, Steve Burb. 4 p.m. That is impressive. Is it 4 p.m.? 4 p.m. Oh, yes. So you don't eat after 4. Wow. That is impressive. Kamal says, nice one, ATEX. Miko says, thank you, Kamal. Miko says, it was great to spend time with you and Greg. Greg, make sure to get some electrolytes while fasting. Yes, sir. I will. I love Michael. Always looks out for me, takes care of me. If I'm sick, he's always looking for, he's always giving me good home remedies. But yes, I am. I'm taking like an ultra salt supplement during the fasting. All right. Well, I guess we should get back into stock stuff. Sorry about that. Okay, here we go. What I have on the list today, Alibaba. Well, Alibaba definitely got hammered. It's a 3187 RSI. Probably has something to do with the trade negotiations and some of the headlines. Today, it got down to 3111. Got down to 3111. So did it go under 30 and over 30? No, it did not. Let's peek over at the weekly, see if there's anything there. On the weekly, look, if it lined up with the 250-day week moving average, that would be interesting to me. I'm going to just stay clear of Alibaba here unless I get a little, I'd like to see it go under 30 and back over 30. That's what I'd really like to see. I'd like to see a thorough washout of the 30 RSI. So I am going to pass on Alibaba at the moment. CCL, okay, Carnival Cruise Line doing very well, up 5.33% today. It did bounce, had a higher low bounce of the 200-day moving average, but look, we now have the 200-day moving average above us. We're kind of stuck in that purgatory. We have a 520, we have a, come on, Greg, get with the buddy, MACD crossover, but you know, had we gone under the 250 and over 250, was speaking with Kamal last week about wanting to buy CCL with the rejection of the 250. But again, just because it has a rejection, intraday rejection of 250 doesn't mean you just can automatically buy it. You have to look at it with the human eye and go, is the risk to reward good? Well, look, we have the 200-day moving average above. So if it were me, I would prefer to wait for a close above the 250-day moving average. That way the risk to reward is better. I have the support of the 200 below because right now it is resistance above. Man, I leave the podcast for 4 days and I forget every term. So that is my call on Carnival Cruise Line. I would wait for a close back over the 200-day before I got interested. PTON. Okay, so we have a close under the 200, back over. We went under again today, close back over. It's a pretty good risk to reward ratio. Looks like MACD could be possibly closing positive here. Let's take a peek at the weekly. Weekly looks pretty good. There was a V2 last week. We came back, tested a little bit, rejected the first ATR channel. It's okay. I've been looking at this all day. I've actually been kind of trying to talk myself into it, and I don't think I can talk myself into it. I don't know why. Maybe because of the big down bar we had 2 days ago, and we got stuck at the 50% mark, and we're stuck at the 50% mark. So I think I'm just going to let PTON go. Futu Holdings. Under 30, over 30, under the 200, over the 200. I believe this is a Chinese company. So I think it's, similar to buying Alibaba. On the weekly, we tried to get back in the value zone, and now we're back under it again. Look, this is a decent setup. I mean, it's a decent setup. It went on, let's see, did it go under 30? Yeah, it did. It went under 30, over 30, under the 200, over the 200. Now we're finding resistance at the negative third ATR channel. Think I'm gonna let it go. I think I'm gonna let it go. WBA, which is Walgreens. I have been watching Walgreens here for a while, waiting to see if we could get a good risk to reward ratio. I like Walgreens here. I like the close under the 200. Currently, the close over the 200. Back in the value zone as well. There's a good chance this might go up for another day, then come back because it's coming from a lower low. MACD has turned positive. Weekly, we bounced off the 100-day moving average. I think I probably like WBA the best at the moment. BIDU, did that go under 30? That is close. Bounce, it's holding, it basically bounced right at 30. And again, that's going to be a China play. It's, going to be following Alibaba. All right, the fasting's getting to me. So again, kind of in the same category there. I think I'm just going to let that one go. And then DD, similar. Oh, goodness me. Holy hamburgers. Is this correct? 69 million shares traded. Is this right? This seems excessive. And that looks about right. All right, I'm not going anywhere near that at all. No. I am taking that off of the screen. Oh no, my charts, are they freezing up? Please, no. All right, everybody send me good vibes so that my charts make it through the day. All right, so my favorite at the moment is WBA, which is, of course, Walgreens. So let me head on over here, take a look at my position sizes. and see if that's right. All right, that all looks good. Okay. AMD's fine. I have to get rid of that tomorrow before earnings after the bell. Caterpillar is totally fine. Nothing to do there. LYV having a heck of a day, up 5.85%. Not messing around with that. We'll be buying SPY at the end of the day as always. Yeah, I think I'm going to wait one more day on Alibaba. So I'm going to buy WBA today, and that's it. And overnight SPY trade. Steve says, thanks, Kamal and Greg. It really helps balance energy. You know, Steve, on our call, you were talking about my energy level, and what Kamal tells me is it's because of the fasting and the diet with the fat burning and creating more ATP as far as energy. So Kamal said it, I just believe it, right? Gary says, fun fact, Coca-Cola actually sells soup in a can. Bistron is a nourishing meal on the go. Availables in 2 flavors in Japan. Wow. Interesting fact for sure. Steve says DKNG and SQSP both have 520 EMA crossovers. DKNG. Okay, yes, does have crossover for sure. And SQSP don't see the crossover on that one though. Steve says that's a cool fact, Gary. They are in the soup business. Michael wants to look at play. I don't really see anything on play. Nigma is here. Good to see you. Tesla, yeah, Tesla has earnings though. Tesla not quite there yet, but it looks like yeah, today's earnings after the bell. So not going to mess with that one. Steve says fasting also frees up the energy used in digesting as well. 100% true. 1,000,000% true. On my chart, on my screen here, it says an error occurred. Please try again later. So I don't know if there's an issue with you guys seeing everything. Sorry if there is. I don't know why that. I've never seen that before. Can everyone see the chart still? I hope we're still transmitting. Let me take a look over here. You're good? Okay, good. Yeah, on my chart here, or on my my platform, it doesn't look like we are. So it looks like we have 5 minutes to go. I think you pulled up SPLK. PLAY. Oh, Dave and Buster's. Okay. All right. Oh, well, look, that's pretty good. I mean, that's a higher low close back above the 200. This is a good example, everyone. This is a lower close under and then a close back over. I don't like those as much. Usually they do exactly what they do. This is now a higher low close back above the 200-day moving average and a V2. I like that. I do like that. I like that a lot, as a matter of fact. Let's look at the weekly. Yeah, I mean, we have some overhead resistance, but it's, you know, it's still in the realm. I mean, it still has a way to go on the weekly. I mean, it has $4 before it hits the resistance. Yeah, I mean, it's a fractal. It's a higher low close back above the 200. Who said that? Love it. Not surprising. Yeah, very good. Very good. I like that. I actually like that quite a bit. Let's see. We can go over here. What is that? A $30 stock? All right. So we have about 3 minutes to go. That's a nice setup. It's a perfect example of a higher low close back above the 200 compared to this. And a V2. This one might run. I mean, I obviously don't know for sure, but the setup, as soon as I liked it, jumped right out at me. Okay. So I am going to buy WBA. I like play a lot, but I like the risk to reward on WBA better. So what do we have? About 3 minutes. I'm just going to go ahead and buy WBA right now. Get that out of the way. Kamal and I had a good day trading day on Friday. 10 of 11. We had 11 trades. 10 of 11 were positive, and the negative trade was only losing $20. So that was kind of fun. Wait, what? Okay. And okay. All right. So about WBA. And that's that. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, everybody. All right. AMD's fine. Caterpillar's fine. LYV is better than fine. About 2 minutes to go. Dow's up 71 points. I already bought my WBA. All set there. Seconds to go. 13, all right. Five, four, three, two, one. Magic presto. Okay. That is it. What is going on? Don't understand that. All right. So let's take a look, see what I bought today. All right. So I did buy SPY at 441.02, and I did buy WBA at 47.22. All right, so WBA I bought it. 4722. And then SPY I bought at 441.02 for the overnight spot trade. All right, all taken care of. So listen, if anyone has any new trades today, I know there's going to be a lot of updates on the screen, so we'll take as much time. But if you have any new entries, exits, anything you need me to get cleaned up, go ahead, put it in the live stream now, and I'll get to it in just a second. Just want to go over a few things. First, want to remind everybody that I do teach private one-on-one lessons in the evening time via Skype. I teach a really good course. It's 15 hours. It's just one-on-one. It's just you and I teach you everything I know about trading over the last 25 years that I have been trading. I teach you step by step how to trade all 5 of the different approaches that I use. It's a really good course. I know you're going to be a better trader if you take it. It does cost $1,750, which is a lot of money, definitely, but it's worth every penny, everyone. You're going to be a much better trader when you get done. So if you are interested in learning these approaches with me over Skype in the evening time, just send me an email. Email's in the link of this description. Just say, Greg, interested in possibly taking your course. I'll reply and say, great. Thanks for saying hi. Let's set up a Skype call. Skype call's free. It's just, I want to learn more about you and your trading, your goals, your challenges. It's a good time for you to ask me questions about the course. And when you're done with the call, think about it as long as you want. And, if you decide today's the day, then all you have to do is email me back and we'll get it all set up and away we will go. And I burn a lot of calories when I teach those lessons. It's very important to me that my students succeed and understand the content. So don't feel like it's ever going to be rushed. I'm just going to take you through. I'm going to monitor you, see what you're learning. If you're retaining, sometimes it takes longer, sometimes it doesn't take as long, but it's going to be bespoke and it's going to be customized to you. Secondly, I do have a really good online course available on udemy.com. I teach you the deep dip buy stock trading strategy. The course is 9.5 hours long of video. It's a great course. It has a lot of detail. I teach you step by step how to trade that approach. It's one of my favorite approaches. It also has 15 study guides. There's also 26 videos, and probably the best part, it costs like $12 on udemy.com. So it's the best $12 or $15, whatever their sales price is of that particular day that you'll spend, and it will improve your trading. So the link's in the description. And then lastly, if you like today's podcast, I would really appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button. It does help to build the channel, keep the channel around, lets YouTube know that there's some valuable content. If you've already hit the thumbs up button today, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it every day. And if you haven't and you learned something here today and it was helpful, if you don't mind clicking that before you click on out of here, I would really appreciate it. So, all right. So this is going to be interesting. Let's get over to everyone's positions. There's going to be all sorts of stuff going on here, I am sure. All right. DKNG is Steven. All right. Steve is long from 49.17 on the 520 crossover of DKNG. Steve, 520 cross. Done. I'm long SQSP. SQSP is Squarespace. Shoot, Steve, this is the one that I don't have that on my chart. Maybe our charts are just different. I see a 510 crossover, but that was yesterday. But nonetheless, we'll put it up there. SQSP. Okay. 57.47. So you got a nice entry on there regardless. And here we go. Steve, 520 cross. Okay. Steve said, I exited NVDA for a 1.69% loss under the previous day's low. So I don't think I have NVIDIA on here. So that must have been while I was gone. Gary is in a half play. All right. So Gary's in a half position at closing price. Okay, got you down, Gary. And in WBA. All right, good luck to us on that. Steve says, I exited SE at 290.04 for a 2.75% gain on the loss of the previous day's low. Very nice trade, Steve. So, okay, I'm going to take Steve's name off there, but I'm going to leave the 520 because I haven't seen Jonathan, but he may still be in there. Michael Martin says, I like play. I might buy it tomorrow intraday. Okay, if you do, let me know, Michael. Steve says, my other remaining positions from previous were AMD. Okay, so I have us in AMD, Steve. Wait. Oh, I don't have Steve in there? You're in AMD? All right. Let's put Steve on there. TER. Do I have you in TER? Is that something? Okay, so that must have been while I was away. And I'm sure Steve bought that with a 520 crossover. Okay. Okay, Steve. Dash. I have you in Dash, right? Yeah. Oh, over there. All right, so I'll try to clean this up a little bit here. Does that do it? Kind of. Yeah. And then Fiverr. FVRR. And I'm sure Steve took Fiverr with the 520 crossover. What day did that happen, though? Didn't happen that day. Did we get the cross there? Yes. All right. So that was the cross there. Looks like about right there. So Steve's up nicely on that trade. Okay. Steve, and that's a 520. Nice trade. Steve Burns says Kamal. Kamal is out of Fastly. Okay. Out of Fastly. Out of Edit. And that was before. I remember now. I think. Yeah. All right. And Uber. Where's the Oobs at? All right. Got that taken care of. Kamal is in a firm. AFRM, AFRM, AFRM. Frank is in WBA. Steve says, thanks, Kamal. Miko says, Greg, did you change your time delay? Today it lagged mine by 2 seconds. Usually it is around 30 seconds. No, I didn't change anything, but I see that error message. So no, I didn't. I guess I'll have to look at that if I even know where to look. Tracy said, I saw as many as 52 viewers today. Hey, that's a lot. That's good. Gary says, thanks, Greg. Smash the like button. Thank you, Gary. Appreciate that. Zach says, hey, Greg, what's going on, Zach? Haven't seen you for a while. Hey, Greg and friends. Been a while since I've been able to join. Good to see a lot of the same names and hoping everyone is doing amazing. Hope you are doing amazing as well, Zach. Good to see you, bud. All right, so Ava. Where is Sony? All right, Ava's out of Sony. Out of AMD. In WBA. Paxton, ALK. That's not it. Okay, so Paxton is in on the 22nd. Oh, nice trade, Packy. Way to go. Nice day today, too. Wow. Beautiful. So we'll put the dynamic duo in there. CTVA on the 22nd. That one looks about break even, but holding the 200. Out of ALV. Where did my ALV go? Oh, here we go. All right, out of that one. Jonathan, oh, Jonathan is here. Good to see you, Jonathan. Out of SE. So that one's all taken care of. Bam, just like that. In AMD on the 520 cross. Good to have you back. Good to see you. All right, so yeah, that makes sense on AMD that you guys took it on the crossover. Let's see, what day was the crossover? Was it that day? Yes, it was. Good. So that one's on the 520 cross. 520. And then we also have Jonathan in on the 520 as well. Okay. ATEX says, my trading view chart shows WBA SMA is 47.50. Not sure why it is different from yours. Is it just me? So sometimes charts are a little bit different, ATEX, because some charts adjust for dividends and splits and some don't. So probably on your charts, it is adjusting for dividend. It is not adjusting for dividends, and mine is, although we can check that. Maybe it's vice versa. Let's see. Yeah, so mine are adjusting for dividends, and I think yours are not. But, you know, I mentioned this many times, but just use the charts that you have in front of you, right? Don't trade off if someone else is trading their charts. Trade off what's on your charts, and it doesn't make that much of a difference. All right, what's happening after hours? SPY's up a little bit. Okay. All right. Well, listen, everybody. You know, I like to read this. We haven't read it in a while because I've been gone, but let's read it. If we all do one random act of kindness daily, we just might set the world in the right direction. This is by Martin Kornfeld. It's a good saying, everyone. We should all strive to do this every day. Try to go out and do one nice thing for another human being. In my perfect world, you would also go out and try to do one nice thing for an animal today. They're going to appreciate it. They're going to appreciate it. It's going to make them feel good. You're going to feel good. And maybe one day when you need it, someone will come along and help you with one random act of kindness. And the world really would be a better place if we could do this. So let's all try to remember that, okay? Paxton says, it helps our confidence that Tracy and my research came up with WBA today, and it turns out to be the pick of the day. There you go. You know, that's the, I'm glad, you know, I hope it works out for us, but it's just showing that, you know, Tracy and Paxton are doing their research. They're looking at the risk to rewards. They're looking at those levels. And I'm really glad to hear that, Packy, really. And I'm really proud of you, and I'm really proud of Tracy, and that you've stuck with this and worked so hard at this. It's just fantastic. All right. Has Tesla had earnings? Gary said, I took a half position. Okay, that's something else. All right, Tesla's up about 1% after hours. I don't know. Have they reported earnings? Does anyone know? Okay. All right. Well, quite a good day for those holding BTC. Oh yeah, BTC, Bitcoin. Let's take a look. Bitcoin, big day up. Look at this, everybody. Look at this. Up 18.46%. That is amazing. You can see on this chart, we got right up to about the third ATR channel. We're just barely holding that 200-day moving average. Not surprising, it ran into a little resistance there. Let's look over at the weekly. Weekly coming back into the value zone. That's good. Close under, close back over. I think it's a little extended here. I wouldn't buy it, but Tesla reported. So they reported and they're up 1%. All right, so kind of a zero burger, sounds like. All right, well, I think we got most of the positions cleared up. Zach says BTC dumping, though, after Amazon denied accepting. Oh, I didn't know that. All right, so the board is growing. The board is growing. We got narrowed down there. Now people are back in. Yeah, I didn't see any positions today that I disagreed with at all. They look pretty good. Whew. Man, I'm used to having something to eat after the podcast. My body is like hungry for food right now because it's kind of when it happens, but not today. Ugh. All right. I have a feeling dinner time is going to be tough tonight, but we'll see. Michael said, did you say zero burger? Yes, I did, Michael. I don't throw that one in very often, but I did say zero burger. You know I have my little sayings, right? You like that one? Okay. All right, well, if anyone has any other questions, anything I could explain or do anything, I'm happy to do that. You know, if you're about to click out of here and you like today's podcast, I really would appreciate if you could hit the thumbs up button before you do. That would be kind. And I think I got everything. We got ALK in there, right, for Paxton. Mike says he loves it. Good. I kind of like it. I don't use that one very often, but I think it's appropriate in this particular sense, right? It's kind of a zero burger. Okay. Kamal says, thanks for last week, Greg. It was fun hanging out with you. Thank you, buddy. It was really great hanging out with you as well. I look forward to doing that again soon. So have a good rest of your day, everyone. Go out, be good, be kind, drive safe, look both ways before you go through an intersection. All the stuff I talk about, you got it, right? So tomorrow's Tuesday. So we'll see how our positions do tomorrow. And it's a big earnings week, I believe. So it should be interesting. But thanks again for coming. Have a good day. And hope to see everyone tomorrow. On the way out here, got to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Take care, everyone. Bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.